Hi everybody, welcome back to Ham Radio Live, show about radio for people who love radio. I know it's early. I want to dedicate this song to my dear friend Jared, Alpha Echo 5, Lima Golf. Just lost his grandmother, today's her funeral. He requested this song to open the show. From around the world, welcome back to Ham Radio Live. The song is called Majesty and Glory of Your Name by Tom Fetke. He said, might not be a good song to start the show with. I said, nope, not afraid of my faith at all. So, Jared, hearts and prayers with you and your family as you bury your grandmother today. From the four winds of the world, wherever you may be around this great world of ours, welcome back. Away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Shack in Oregon. My name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. I know we're early, 7:56 a.m. Pacific, Saturday, February 26, 2022. Hello. Please join us today at 20 UTC for a great show. We're going to have the Smokin' Ape on here. And he is, he's a real interesting dude. He's got an amazing amount of content on his channel. He's brilliant at ham radio, excellent building things. We're going to talk antennas, and we're going to talk about what you'd like to talk about. So your questions for him today at 20 UTC. But thought we'd do the show that I planned to do yesterday. However, everything went wrong. No kidding. Long appointment at the doctor. And then I get home. I put all the show elements in. It takes forever. My back's killing me. And what happens? The internet goes down. No! Of course it does. So I'm like, okay, forget it. We'll just do it another day. First one in from Holland. I think it's the very first time that's happened. Welcome in, my dear friend Martin. Welcome in, buddy. All the way from Holland. Papa Echo 9, Tango India Golf. Good morning from Oregon to you, my friend. Good to see you, Martin. Thanks for coming. Our whole passion is trying to help you to get an amateur radio. And if you've thought about it, right? It's something that maybe, you've thought, gosh, I'd kind of like to get my amateur radio license, but I don't know how, or it's going to be too hard. Please don't make those excuses be the reason you don't do it. Now is a perfect time because our solar numbers are coming up for the HF bands, and that means great calls around the world. It really does. You don't want to miss this opportunity. It could be the opportunity of your lifetime. If you've pushed it off, don't push it off any further. There's no Morse code required in most countries anymore to get your license. You have to study, but you can certainly pass the test. They don't make the test so hard that you can't pass them. Contact someone like the American Radio Relay League at www.arrl.org. Hit the Contact Us bar. Let them know where you're located. They'll send you an email back with a ham radio club close by to you, and then get to know that club. They're going to help you get not only your license, but also on the air. www.arrl.org. As I said at the very beginning of the show, this is a song that we dedicate the opening song and the opening to Jared. Jared used to work at MFJ. Good friend of mine, and he currently works in Maryland. He works for the United States government. No kidding. His call sign, Alpha Echo 5, Lima Golf. He sent me this yesterday as he was looking through some things that he had in his archives. Look at this old Archie's comic book, right? About ham radio of all things. Isn't that something? Wow. If you'd like to email the show, maybe have a comment, suggestion, question, photo of your shack, maybe some of your work, reach out to me at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. Ferdinando from Italy is here. Hello. Ciao, my friend. Good to see you, Ferdinando. Yay. Happy Saturday, bud. Good to see you. David, Kansas City, Missouri, Alpha Echo 0, Papa Hotel. Dave, you got to get a hold of me by the end of the day today. Seriously, get me on the show email right here, cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. I need to know your email because it's not on QRZ, so I can make sure and get your MFJ gift card to you. Okay, so please reach out to me, Dave. And congratulations, by the way. That's a cool gift card. You can get some cool stuff from MFJ. Congrats, Dave. Yeah. Fernando, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm actually between appointments on a Saturday. No kidding. It's just crazy. So yeah, we're going to get our haircut today, and that takes an appointment. You got to get there first thing. Otherwise, you have to wait forever. So I wish they'd just release these stupid restrictions, but they still have them, and that's the way life is. So then a COVID test later today where they put the giant cotton swab up your nose until you start screaming bloody murder, no! And you finally, they give you the thing and say, hey, there's no COVID. You can go home now. Congratulations. It's a safety thing. I get it. Yeah, before you have surgery. Mike, welcome. Jacksonville's here. Good to see you. Kilo Delta 2, Sierra X-Ray Delta. Hello, Mike. It's still morning your time. Isn't that weird? We're here, right? Rod Clare from Salem. Whoa. I don't even have my coffee yet. Welcome, everybody. Kilo 7, Lima Alpha Papa. Welcome, buddy. Nico Therian here. Hi, Nico. I expect a lot of people will be here from Europe today because it's so early, I mean, here it just turned 8 o'clock in the morning. So I believe we'll hopefully have a nice European crowd today. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah. Hi, Kev. Mike Zero, Mike Charlie Lima, great YouTube channel, a very good mate too, and a good person to ask questions of here in the chat if you would like to get into ham radio. He's easy to talk to, and he'll help answer your questions. They all will. So will Kel. Kel's very good. Lima Bravo Zero, Yankee India, all the way from Norway. Welcome, Kel. David said, actually sent you an email. Check your spam folder, perhaps. Yeah, I didn't get either. I checked both. I really did. So please resend that, okay? Please do that, buddy. Jason, November 5, Victoria, Hotel Tango, sending prayers for world peace. Good morning. I totally agree, man. Totally agree. We're going to talk about that today. We'll have some information for you on the military frequencies going on right now in Russia and Ukraine, so you can kind of keep track of things. The thing is, obviously, they're speaking Russian. So if you do speak Russian, you'll be able to understand. Also, Morse code, we'll have all of that. I'll have your frequencies as well. And then coming up later, we're going to have the Smokin' Ape come to talk about antennas, which is going to be at 20 UTC. So please join us. That's going to be today at 20 UTC. The next show, I'm going to do something kind of cool. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to actually let you see the ASU 5000 and the 7610 side by side and let you hear the difference when you work the DSP or digital signal processing from both of those radios. So I hope you enjoy that segment. That's coming up the next show, which will be, actually, no, the next show is with Smokin' Apes. It'll be the following one, which will be 4:05. So looking forward to that. And yeah, keep our world in your prayers. It's a crazy time. Man, love those Canadian truckers. They're brave guys for sure. Brave guys and gals. Man, here's your A1A. It's a great day to turn your ham radio on. Take a look at the sun on the left side. Those are some big sunspot regions coming our way, and there could be some huge activity coming up this week. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing, because when our solar numbers come up, we also have the incidence of a solar flare happening too, which can disrupt the ionosphere, which causes an HF blackout. Don't know if we'll get there, but the good news is the sunspots are coming, and it's going to be better conditions. Coronal hole map, here is 58, 59, and 60. They are facing Earth. However, there is not a negative BZ latitude today. Your solar flare detections over the last 3 days, no M-class flares. Things have been pretty stable. The great news is right here. This is your noise floors, especially on 40, 80, 160. Look at that. Very quiet conditions. So this means that you're going to make great calls. I mean, really great calls, especially in the nighttime bands. You're not going to have to fight all the static, which is great. Because what happens is a lot of times you're missing signals that might be, an S2 or an S3. But the noise is so high, you just simply can't hear it, right? So this gives you an opportunity to get an idea of exactly what the current conditions are right now. And it is really a good day to turn your ham radio on, especially on the lower bands, no doubt about it. Right now, QRZ, the current conditions out of Boulder, SFI is 96, okay? Your solar number is down to 22. That's not great, but there's a lot of radiation coming from the sun right now. BZ latitude is a positive 2.5, which is really good. Solar wind is down, only 358.6 kilometers per second. And you can see your HF conditions there for 80 all the way to 10 meters. You'll work 10 today. You really will. It's a great day. It really is a great day to turn your ham radio on, no question. Current MUF map from Kilo Charlie 2 Golf. If you take a look at North America, look at this already. This is the indication of what's coming, and it's early morning here in the West Coast. We're already at 27 megahertz here in North America at 8 a.m., so it's going to be a brilliant day to turn your radio on. Down south in the United States, about 26. 25, 26 right along the eastern seaboard, 19 if you're in the, 29 if you're in the far eastern Caribbean, in the 30s, so 30 megahertz plus all the way in the folks in South America. Africa, look at that. 25 megahertz in Cape Town. You'll work some ZS today if you're on the east coast of North America for sure. Folks in Europe right now, in the UK, you're at 23 megs. Down in France, 24. Italy, 21. Great conditions, 15 meters still wide open for you there in the European continent. Your ham and shortwave forecast for today powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Forget the QSB comment. You'll still get fade, but it won't be bad today. Voice bands will be 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10 meters north, south, and east, and west, and central, and everywhere in the world. It's going to be a good day. Great day. This may be the best day to turn your radio on in the last week. Seriously, if you've had good conditions, it'll be better today. CB radio skip going to be wide open north, south, and mid latitudes. Data good, 30 to 10 meters all latitudes. Nighttime ham bands openings 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30. Best EX for sure on 40 and 80 meters. Low noise floors today. Take advantage of it. 20 meters in the southern hemisphere till about an hour after sunset. Remember, at sunset, work your MUF at gray line. Shortwave bands today, 31, 25, 22 in the 19 meter band. Shortwave nighttime, 120, 90, 75, and 60. 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and 100% chance of the 19 meter band in the mid and southern latitudes till about an hour after sunset, and the signals will simply fade away. All right, let's catch up with all of you, and we'll go into the segment of the show today. We're going to talk about the military frequencies being used right now with the current condition in Ukraine. Now, when the Iraq war started, right, back in the early 90s, it was radio that was the first thing that people were hearing. If you knew where to listen, right, you could hear traffic of what was going on. Same thing right now. If you know where to listen, then you can find it. So we'll talk about that in just a few moments. So grateful that you're here today on a beautiful Saturday. Kevin's here from Iowa. Hello all. Happy day. A QSO the G-Man, DK5ONV in Germany on 17 meters this morning. 100 watts using the 16,000-foot V-beam wire. 10 feet off the ground, located out in the field. Woohoo! Congrats. Nice call, Kev. Well done. Well done. I bet that made Gunter's day, too. That's great. Yep. And Jason, yep, sending prayers for world peace. November 5, Victoria Hotel Tango. Indeed. Indeed. Man. Well, I'll leave it there. Yeah. I definitely pray for that. Yeah. And thank you, Dave, for getting that to me. And if I don't get it, it's kind of tough. I do have a QRZ email as well, so you can try and reach me there, buddy. Yeah, that'd be fine. Mike says, good job, Kev, getting Gunter in Germany. JJ's here. That's Jeff from Canada. Welcome. Good to see you. Happy Saturday. Kevin said it was about a 2x1 signal both ways, but they made it work. That's great. Jeff is here. Hi, Jeff. Good afternoon. No, sorry, good morning. I'm not used to doing the show this early. Sorry, Jeff. Kilo Delta 9, Romeo Yankee Tango. Jeff, it's great to see you. Thank you for coming. Rod Clare, 80 meters popping on the 3000 this morning. Yep, indeed. Noise floors are down, right? We've got good conditions, and the 40 and 80 meter bands are going to be wonderful for you tonight. Enjoy. It's like ear candy today for you. Let's take a look at these frequencies. Now, the frequencies to look for. And the best way to do this is to find a web SDR. It's going to be unlikely your radio, if you're here in North America, you'll be able to hear the traffic coming from Russia and Ukraine. But if you find a web SDR in Europe, there you go. So you folks in Europe, you should be able to hear the traffic. Folks in North and South America, Australia, around the world that are outside of Europe, pick a web SDR. And there's one in Ukraine, which is really busy, hard to get in the one in Ukraine. The ones that are in Germany are pretty accessible, and those are close enough to pick up the calls. Let's listen to what I picked up yesterday, and this is traffic again that you're hearing from Ukraine coming into, what's going on there in that terrible situation. I do want to thank a gentleman here who put together a great paper recently on this, like within the last 2 days. It's Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie out of Minnesota. He talks about the different these are more like radars, or they're a way to check propagation, to be honest with you. And they're all different noises, right? The buzzer, the marker, T marker, the air horn, the goose, all these things. These are just sounds, all right? It's a way that military group can check propagation. There's the pip, the squeaky wheel. They've been going on for decades. So that's something that's part of shortwave listening forever. As we go on and we learn about a little bit more here, the frequencies that are in use, military transport aviation, typically 68, 65 kilohertz, and the secondary frequency is 8847 kilohertz, also available on 11360 and 18030, okay? So that's where most of the stuff's going to be, but the frequencies to really focus in on, okay? And this kind of gives you an idea of the ground station call signs and the different regimens that are there. And again, thanks to Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie for this. Here's your frequencies: 5827 kilohertz, 5833 kilohertz, 5803, 5617, 5827, 8131, 8090 kilohertz, 8909, 8033, 8131. I don't know why I had it twice, but that's okay. 11223 and 11320 kilohertz. And here's what it sounds like if you pick up anything from these frequencies. This was yesterday off of a web SDR out of Germany. Now this is 5927. And let me get you the sound for it because it's not quite playing, and it should, but here it is. So you can barely hear it, right? But look at the signal. Now the key is going to be listen on upper side. Don't go to lower side or AM. It won't work. It's upper side bad. I verified it with multiple frequency yesterday. Let's go to another. Now this one is 5833. 5833 yesterday when I DX'd it sounded like this. Okay, again, and that web SDR, that one I'm playing here comes out of Hamburg, Germany, okay? Great SDR to pick up the traffic coming from Ukraine. So people that are real good at CW, there you go. Hope you got a chance to decode a little bit of that. Next one is here. This is 8909 kilohertz, and this is what it sounded like yesterday. Definitely digital modes, no question. Hear it? It's just barely in the noise, but it's there. And the good thing is with low noise floors today, you'll have better conditions to listen in. Let's take a listen to one more. This one was at 9033. I'll verify the frequency for you because I want to make sure I have it right. I cut the end off, and that's not nice, right? So this one is at 9033, I believe. Let me go back to the frequencies here. Excuse me. Okay, 33, that would be ending 5833. So this is 5833. Okay, so 5833 kilohertz. And this is what that one sounded like yesterday, just to give you an idea. See, there's not much there. There's a lot of data going close by, but that's not it. There's just nothing there. It was just a little bit of a pop, and that was it. There you go. So just a little bit of noise. Sorry about that. There wasn't any more than that, but that's what you can pick up. Again, let me get you the frequencies if you want to, listen in on what's going in there. Let me get back to the right slide here. Hold on. Primary frequencies for military transport aviation are 6865 kilohertz, 8847 kilohertz, 11360 kilohertz, and 18030. And then these are, of course, the ground station call signs here coming out of Russia. And your voice frequencies, and again, use upper sideband for receive, 5827, 5833, 5803, 5617, 5827, 8131, 8090, 8909, 8909, 8033, 11223, and 11320 if you want to just listen in on what's going on, unfortunately, right now in Ukraine, which is pretty tough. So anyway, welcome to the show today on a Saturday. Good to see you. I know we're really early, but we're grateful you're here, and I thank you for coming. Paul Smith, Larry, I'm late for your show again. 2 Whiskey 0 GNG, and I don't think you're late. You're on time, mate. Thanks for coming today, Paul. A good Saturday evening to you there in the UK. We have a show question today. What do you like to work most? Now, I take HF for granted because my favorite thing is to work DX, right? But a lot of people really love VHF or UHF, right? So what do you like to work most? HF, VHF, or UHF? Put in the comment section and we'll make it part of the show. Let's see how the angry hams up there are thinking of the show so far.
There, can you tell anything about me from this?
Yeah, you got a round shape and you're full of hot air.
Oh, brother, our trivia questions today. Here we go. All right. First. The Angry Hams. Okay. Which organization issued certificates of skill in radio communications before there were licenses? Okay. So there was like a certificate you got that said you were skilled in radio communications. Who'd it come from? A, the Department of Agriculture. B, the United States Navy. C, the Congress of the United States. Or D, Western Union. There you go. A, B, C, or D. Please let me know which one you think is right. Currently, the world is, in fact, we're going to have to change the game just a little bit because the world is currently killing it, 160 to 105. We're going to give North America 10 for, so let's go 15 today for North America. Otherwise, you don't have a chance. So 160 to 105, the world is currently ahead. A, B, C, or D, let me know. Yep. So it wasn't a license. It was just simply a certificate of skill in radio communications, right? And it came from somebody, the Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Navy, the Congress of the United States, or Western Union. Have I stumped you? Not sure. We'll see. Happy Saturday. Pray for Ukraine. Biden is a disgrace. I'm not going to argue there. I'm not going to argue. And from the American standpoint, let me just say this. Yes, I mean, I'm worried for Ukraine and Russia. I don't want anybody to get killed. Nobody does. I think most people are that way, right? I think we're mostly that way. But in the United States, we have a southern border that's wide open. There's no border there. It's like people just come in like a sieve. If you go from Canada, you're checked. Everything's checked like crazy, but not in the southern border. And it's unbelievable what's happening in this country right now. But if you're from Cuba, you're sent back to Cuba. Isn't that strange? Yeah. So when I see this comment right here from Jaw, I agree 100%. And I think most Americans do too. We're very, very upset of what's happening in this country right now. Which organization is Certificate of Skill in Radio Communications did it come from? First one in, Kev from the UK, Mike 0, Mike Charlie Lima with the Western Union. No, it's not Western Union. Paul Smith with B, and he's from the UK. And he got in the United States Navy. And you know what? He got it right. Check that out. No kidding. Yeah. It was the U.S. Navy. Because the Navy used communications as well. And so what they did was they gave the civilians a certificate of skill in radio communications. That was way back in the day of Spark Gap. Wow, Paul, you got it right. So did Jeff Kulinak, by the way. Barry Wendon, welcome back. Golf 6, Juliet, Mike X-Ray also had B. You guys nailed it. Well done. That's a tough question. You guys, that's a hard one. Well done. Second trivia question of 2. How many fixed station antennas may an amateur radio operator simultaneously operate according to FCC rules? Okay. This is a no-brainer, but here we go. A is 6 low frequencies, high frequencies, VHF, UHF, super HF, and microwave frequency, so 6. B, not more than the number of transmitters. C, unlimited or D, not more than twice the number of transmitters. So in layman's terms, how many antennas can you have on your property at one time? A, 6, B, not more than the number of transmitters, C, unlimited, or D, not more than twice the number of transmitters. Let me know, okay? Al Gross is here. Hi, Al. Listening at home this weekend, just put MFJ Hemstick dipole together. Pretty good results. First contact. Victor Papa 5 Kilo Delta Bermuda. Beautiful. Several parks on the air stations. It goes on the truck. That's nice. Rod, congrats. Rod Clare, still waiting on the 9700 to have a VHF, UHF base station and workspace. And you'll work it well, man. That's got a lot of power, too. Really does. 100 watts. Jeez. VHF, 100 watts. Man. Anyway, Rod, I was just at HRO yesterday, and I really was. And I was like, man, I looked for you. I really did. They had a 9700 there. Nope. No 9700s. They still say the biggest selling radio that they have is the 7300. It's still the hottest seller. Paul Smith, he's having fun. Rod Clare in Salem, Oregon says, see, unlimited. Bingo. The North American continent just got back into the game. Yep. It is unlimited. Of course it is. You can have as many antennas in the back of your property or your front of your property, maybe the side of your property as you want to. It doesn't matter how many you have. It's just how your neighbors deal with it, right? Because like mine, I put one on my roof. That was my big downfall. I had a giant extendable mast. It was up 48 feet. Beautiful antenna. It was gorgeous to me. My wife hated it. The neighbor across the street hated it. The neighbor next door, he didn't say so, but I know he hated it. And then when I went to put a couple more antennas in the backyard, the neighbor over here didn't like it. And the neighbor over there didn't like it. And I'm like, it's my yard. I can do what I want to, for gosh sakes here. You know? Right. That's how I felt about the whole thing. Doggone it. So it's unlimited. Yeah, you can put as many antennas as you want, in case you were wondering. Also answering that, Rod Clare had it right. Jeff had it right. Paul had it right. Kel in Norway with it right. And so did Barry. It's a simple one, guys. It really is. I'm going to share with you something. By the way, tomorrow's show, maybe later today. We may do 3 shows. It depends on how quickly I get my haircut done. Okay. So, tomorrow or later today, after we interview the Smoking Ape, which is going to be an amazing show. You guys are going to want to be here at 20 UTC. He's such a good guy. You're going to love that show. We're going to talk about working the ICOM 7610 with the Yaesu 5000 and using all of the digital signal processing to pick up signals with and how both sound. You're going to hear exactly how they both work and how they both sound on the same thing. But to do that, we're going to be using the MFJ 1700C antenna switch. Yep. You can have 6 transmitters and 6 antennas. That's why I put that trivia question with how many dugout antennas can you have on your property at one time? Because here's a good example. You can have as many as you want to. And this is where Jared came in handy, Alpha Echo 5 Lima Golf, because he got me back set up so that I can make it use the tuner whichever radio I want. So if we go with the 5000, you'll be able to hear it. You'll be able to see me working the rig and see how everything comes in, as well as on the 7610. That'll be a fun show. I also want to share with you something from Kevin. They sent me from Canada, Iowa. Sorry, Kev. And I also want to share with you something else too, which is really cool. We celebrated Anton, the last show we did. It was a full show. We're going to celebrate another one today. Gunter in Germany. Yep. Uncle Gunter. Here he is. Yep. And Gunter is one of those guys that really inspires me a lot because he works so hard to make calls. Unlike me, he has to go out in the field to work his radio. And so if it's cold, if it's snowing or raining, he can't go out. But he'll do it in the cold, really cold, and just because he wants to get on the air so bad. He has to be able to tow that trailer right there behind his bicycle miles and miles and miles up a hill to be able to make calls off of his 49-to-1 end-fed half-wave antenna that's at 39.1 feet, as it shows there. He uses a Spider Beam HD 12-meter telescopic mast, and he usually uses either his ICOM IC 7300 or his ICOM IC 7200, and he makes calls all over the world. My favorite part about what Uncle Gunter has on his page, though, is this, on his QRZ page. And I'm going to read this because this is really important. I don't think we read enough of this. DX Code of Conduct. I will listen and listen and then listen again before calling. I will only call if I can copy the DX station properly. I will not trust the DX cluster and will be sure of the DX station's call sign before calling. I will not interfere with the DX station or anyone calling, and I will never tune up on the DX frequency or in the OSX slot, which means the transmit frequency slot. So let's say, for example, the person's on 7150 kilohertz. You're not going to tune up on 7149 because it's lower sideband. Sure, you're not on the same frequency, but you're tuning, and that tuning is going over that same bandwidth that the gentleman is on DX on. So don't do that. I will wait for the DX station to end a contact before I call. I will always send my full call sign. I will call and then listen for a reasonable interval. I will not call continuously. If there's one cardinal sin of people in ham radio, it's that. They will give their call sign over and over and over again. And my friends, I have heard people completely shut their station down because of that. A good example is Jim in the North Cook Islands. South Cook Islands. Jim, I believe it's Echo 51 Juliet. I can't remember the last part. Anyway, but Jim had this happen one night when he was calling DX on 20 meters. This is in the summertime when you can pick him up, right? Because he likes to work every night. And there were people that were repeating their call signs over because, by gosh, that call was for them. They were going to get that call over anybody else out there. And they ended up making Jim turn his radio off. So don't call continuously. It's not proper practice, and you're just going to make someone really angry. I will not transmit when the DX operator calls another call sign, not mine. This can be difficult. For example, if you have a DX operator that says, November, come again, November, come again. For me, I have a November in my call sign. So, but listen carefully. If he says, for example, Bravo November, you've got to not call. It's for someone else. I will not transmit when the DX operator queries a call sign not like mine. Okay? I will not transmit when the DX station requests geographic areas other than mine. When the DX operator calls me, I will not repeat my call sign unless I think he has copied it incorrectly. That's important. Now, at the end, it's okay to give your call sign to say 73. That's fine. But you don't want to continue to repeat your call sign over and over again. The DX guy is going to work quick. He just wants your call sign, your signal report, and that's all. Because he's going to make the next call then. Lastly, I'll be thankful if and when I do make a contact. I'll respect my fellow hams and conduct myself so as to earn their respect. Great stuff. Probably the money part of Gunter DK5ONV's QRZ page. Gunter, thank you very much. You're the person we're honoring on today's show. Good work. Good work. Yeah. Kev Hart, the G-Man, he's an inspiration. Indeed. Absolutely right. Yep. Barry, Larry, I have it hanging in the wall in the shack. That's great. That's really a good reminder. It really is. There are things in ham radio that make you go, right? There's some things, And a lot of times, if you just listen to a pile-up, it happens all the time, right? Because people are like, Whiskey 7. If you're Whiskey 7, Alpha Bravo Charlie, nothing personal. All right. Guy gives a call, right? Let's say he's DX. Papa Yankee 5 Delta Yankee. Okay. Is Papa Delta 5 Yankee Oscar calling DX. Whiskey 7 Alpha Bravo Charlie. Whiskey 7 Alpha Bravo Charlie. Whiskey 7 Alpha Bravo Charlie. That's how it is sometimes. Seriously. Sorry to be so loud. But if you've heard pileups, sometimes that's how it is. And it can be so frustrating. Really can be. Just give your call sign. And if it's meant to be, it will be. But it's not yours over other people's calls. Please be respectful for people. That's the main point, right? Be respectful of others. It's easy. Ham radio is supposed to be fun, remember? And it's not all about you. All right. Greg, Kilo Fox 0 Charlie New Zealand. Welcome, mate from Iowa. No. Yeah, Iowa, Bettendorf. Good to see you. It's early. Cliff Bolts from Virginia. Welcome. Well, Whiskey Delta for Oscar Bravo, Papa. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Good to see you. And Whiskey 7 Macros, that's Brent. Good to you, and hello, and a good Saturday. We're going to have Brent come on and talk to us about the Earth Cruiser soon. That's going to be a fun show. Talk about the ultimate ham radio machine. Seriously, It's like this old military vehicle. He's got it like pro wrapped. It's beautiful. It's just beautifully done. And then he's got like radios everywhere. That's going to be such a fun show. I'm so excited to have Brent on. That's going to be a great show. Great show. Thanks for coming, Brent. I mean that. Roger McKeon, welcome to the show. It's good to see you. So yesterday, by the way, I went to Ham Radio Outlet in Portland. It was right after my extremely long doctor's appointment. And I was like, oh gosh, all I'm here to do is really pick up a battery. So I come in and I get the battery, and this is it. This is the ICOM BP307. And the reason why I'm getting it is because I'm getting the ID52A. The 52A has about a 3-hour, maybe 4-hour battery life. This will make it work all day long. So it's really good. Plus, if you have a 705, it'll also work in your 705 and give you a lot more power. It takes about 2 hours to charge it. But why I'm bringing this, because it's a simple reminder. If you buy a radio, okay, you buy one new or you buy one used, okay, try and keep everything, all the boxes. Don't toss the boxes out. Don't do it. Okay, keep the boxes. Keep all the packaging. Keep all the instructions, all the paperwork, everything. Because when you go to sell that, it's worth more money by having all of that. Too many people will send you a radio in a Service Master box, right? And you don't get like the radio box and everything else. Radios can be worth more if they're inside the box they came in. So a good reminder for young hams, if you're going to be buying a radio, ask if it comes with the original box and materials, right? If you're selling a rig, make sure you sell it with all the stuff it came with. Sometimes you can't get everything, but try and make sure you get everything you can, because it tends to be worth more if you have it. So like in this case, if I keep the battery right now, go to sell it someday, which I probably wouldn't, but you take the battery, you put the receipt inside it so you know what time, what day you bought it. That way you can tell the seller, this is when I bought it, here's the receipt. And you package up and you send it away. But the point is, I'm not going to do that with this. But I thought, it's so much easier to share with you a box that's maybe 4 inches long than it is to bring a giant radio box in here and say, don't get rid of the box. There you go. By the way, wow, we got some first timers here. This is really, wow. You guys, thank you for coming today on a Saturday. I'm never here this early. Jersey Joe, welcome. Kilo Delta 2. J-O-E, freaking awesome call sign, man. That's awesome. Kilo Delta 2 Joe, that is so cool. Welcome. It's nice to have you here on a Saturday. Wow. And Mike, yelling will not improve your signal. But listen, no, seriously, listen to YouTube channels. Listen to people who make calls. You'll hear them raising their voice. You will. And sometimes they get really loud, right? And that's just overmodulating. You're not sounding better by doing that. You're not going to be louder than somebody else. You're just going to sound crummy. So, yeah. Skeeter's back. Hi, Skeeter. Good morning. He says, coffee and ham radio sent him. Oh, that's nice. Tell them thank you, please. I think, what is that? Ham radio dude and Smoking Ape. And there's some other people there too. Yeah. Tell them thank you, Skeeter. That's very, very nice of them. Dan, now look, all the Smoking Ape people are all coming over to say hi. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Dan. Nice to see you. The Gaming Ham is here. Mike 7, Indian November Tango. Thank you. Tom Thompson, welcome. Kilo Zulu 8. Tom. What a great call. Another one. It's like Jersey Joe. Check this out. Okay. Kilo Delta 2, J-O-E. And then Tom, which has got a great call sign. Kilo Zulu 8, Tango Oscar Mike, or Kilo Zulu 8, Tom. That's brilliant. Thank you, Tom. Nice to see you. Bob White, 3B, welcome back. Dan Martin, welcome. That's a first timer as well. Whiskey 1, Bravo, Union Sierra. Dan, welcome. It's nice to meet you today. Thank you. Mean that. Man. Kev, this is great. Tell that to Maxwell, right? I know. Andy New from the UK is here. Mike 7, Charlie U November. John Hummel Newell, Victor Echo 5, Juliet Hotel November. Carl, welcome back. It's good to see you. This is good. Brent, just got the 52A. Love it. Look at the Doozy app. I need to learn more about that. I do. Because one of the things I want to learn to do better, Brent, is I want to work VHF, UHF better in 2022. That's my goal. Because I'm an HF guy. I like to make DX calls, but I want to work better with VHF, UHF too. So I want to look into Doozy. So thank you for that. I really do. Yep. Nate Mirius, welcome. Call sign Whiskey November 8, Mike. Really enjoy watching your channel. Thank you, Nate. That's an honor to me. I mean that. This is really a treat. Thank you. That man. I'm gonna pump my chest out a little bit today. Thank you, Nate. I mean that. He's a first-timer. Welcome. Mike, always keep my boxes. The resale value return is more. Absolutely, yes. Keep your packaging. Really, even if, like for example, some radios come in 2 boxes, right? You get the outer box, then there's an inner box, and some will come with a third. Keep all 3 boxes. Just put them back the way they came to you and put them away. When you go to sell the product, you're going to get more for it because you have everything. And make sure, a good idea, read the instructions, right? Read the manual, and then put the manual back in the box, because that way everything is right there. If you go to sell the radio, you just have to put the radio in the wrapper, put it back in the box, and everything is there for you to sell the radio. Just make sure you keep everything, because it is worth more money. JJ, Doozy ties you to the computer. Recommend a hotspot instead. Yeah, you know what? I'm looking to get that. And I talked to the ape about that yesterday. I'm looking to get a hotspot. And I kind of looked at, what's it called? The Next Gen. And I kind of thought, man, that's a lot of money, right? Really. So I'm not really sure what hotspot I want to get, because my problem is I don't have a D-Star repeater or reflector. I don't have any, repeater near me. I think the nearest one is like 40 miles, 25 miles, but there's no D-Star nearby. So I really would like to get a hotspot. Jeff, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Nathan, welcome. He says, thanks for your tips. Thank you for coming, Nathan. It's an honor to meet you. Wow. There's a lot of new people here. Cliff, thank you. And Joe, that's a great call sign, man. That's great. Paul Smith, Larry, I just noticed you're wearing the same T-shirt as me today. Well, Paul, you and I are thinking alike. That must be either good or bad. Let's go for the good side, right? Eddie, welcome back. Golf Whiskey 6 Bravo X-ray uniform. I caught you by chance. Eddie, thank you for coming back. It's nice to have you. Really is. Gaming Ham, hi from the UK. First time here. Smoking Ape sent me Mike 7 Indian November Tango. Gaming Ham, welcome. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. You made my Saturday. You really did. Thank you. I mean that. Wow. A lot of people. Oh, I see. Their live stream just ended, so they said, hey, send everybody over to Larry's channel. There you go. And just remember.
No signal, no copy.
For people who don't know who that is, that's the Angry Ham at 28425 every day on 10 meters. Yes. Hi, Dan. Nice to meet you. Has a VW bus? That's cool. That's really cool. Man, those have exploded in value. You know, when we were kids, right? You had families that had VW buses, and some had the Westphalia buses, right? So you go camping, stuff like that. Man, those things are worth a fortune now. I mean, like big money. Dan, welcome to the channel. It's nice to have you. Happy Saturday to you. Andy in the UK, pleased to get a 5.9 from Croatia this morning. That's some great work. He's a foundation licensee in the UK. Just got his license about a month ago. He's already starting to become an intermediate. That's a nice call, Andy. Congrats. Congrats. Tom Thompson, DX Commander, did a video, or part of, using different voice pitch to break through. That will help. That will. Another thing is compression. Compression will help you as long as you don't push it too far. That's why your ALC is so important on radios. It really is. If you transmit right to the ALC, you've got good audio. You really do. But you don't raise your voice. Oh my gosh. That's so hard to listen to, isn't it? When you listen to a pile up, it's like 80 people there, right? And they're all trying to get the same guy that's in one tiny island, and they're all calling at the same time, and some over and over. We've all heard it. It's just awful. Hardy Dirks, welcome. My gosh, a lot of folks are here brand new. Skeeter, my biggest problem with radio is I won't do it all. Yeah, you know, and that's why I really have a goal for VHF, UHF this year. That's my first handheld. I've told you, I've never had a handheld before. So honestly, I'm just going to talk about it as this is my first handheld. How do I like it? What do I not like? Yeah. Peter Whiffling, welcome. Mike Zero Papa Golf Whiskey. A very good evening to you there in the UK. Thank you for coming. Andy knew the Open Spot 3 is on my wish list. I'll have to look at that because, like I say, I don't have one. Richie's Radio Room is back. Welcome from the Wisconsin Military Academy. His call sign, Whiskey 9, Tango, India Tango. Richie, welcome back to the show. Nice to have you. Temecula, California is here. That's Dave, Whiskey 6, Charlie, Romeo, Tango. And it's a Whiskey 1. That's a great call sign. Whiskey 1, Bravo, Uncia. That's the guy with the VW bus. So it's Whiskey 1 Bus. Brilliant. Brilliant. CM radio's fun. You guys really, it's such a great hobby for people who are thinking about getting their licenses. Now is the time to do so because these people are all licensed tabs and they're fun people, right? They're easy to talk with. you can talk with them too. Get a ham radio license, get yourself on the air, and make incredible calls. The solar cycle, I don't think we're going to get 11 years out of it. I think it's going to be a shorter one, like 9. So that means we're going to peak sooner. But the numbers are up so quick. So please get your license. Roger McCann, Larry, just received my Geocron 4K digital. I bought it because of the excellent explanation you'd given regarding maximum usable frequency. That's a good thing. Meanwhile, mine's not even on gray line. Perfect. Yeah, it is. Maximum usable frequency is really important, but Geocron isn't going to tell you that. It'll show you where gray line is. Perfect. That's a good thing to have. Great, great tool, Roger. Use a good MUF map and make sure that you understand every 15 minutes, these things update. So, check it and then check it again. So you know what the maximum usable frequency is for your area, and you'll be able to make calls all over the world. You really will, especially at gray line. You really will. That's good stuff. And I hope you like the Geocron. It's really a cool thing. Really is. Gaming ham. I've had my license only 3 or 4 months ago. Hey, new ham. Congrats. That's awesome. That is so cool. Those are the people we celebrate here. Now, I'm going to challenge you a little bit. I did this at my dentist office the other day. No kidding. I had to go in for the dentist. And one of the gals that works and knows I'm a ham radio guy and knows I do the show. And she's like, guess what? Guess what? I got my general. And I said, oh my gosh, congratulations. It's such a great accomplishment. We had the conversation. And I said, okay, now what are you going to do? She says, oh, I'm going to have fun on ham radio. I said, nope. You need to go now and get your amateur extra license. You need to license up. And she kind of got this little forlorn look on her face. I said, no, listen, it's a great thing. A hard thing to, you did it. You got the general. That's a great accomplishment. But what do you like to use? VHF, UHF, or HF? She says, I like HF. And I said, okay, you need your extra license because that's going to give you all the frequencies. And those frequencies you're missing are DX coming from other countries. And she said, okay, how hard is it? We had the conversation literally in the dentist office, right? And so now she's going to try for amateur extra. So do that. License up. Please license up. It's well worth it. You get all the frequencies. And wherever you're in the world, you get all the power too. Like UK, right? You go from 10 with the foundation, 50 intermediate, 400 for the full. Plus, with a full, you also get the SEPT agreement. So you can take your rig into France or Germany or somewhere in Europe or here in the States and work your radio here. That's a big deal. Really is. Congratulations, Gaming Ham. That's really, really cool. Anton, welcome. Papa Charlie 4 Alpha Delta. Thanks for being here. And yeah, we're all thrilled that you got your license, man. Everybody's congratulating him. And that's what this channel is about. It really is. We try really hard to encourage you not only to license, but get the highest license you can. Because, folks, literally, I think it's going to be 2 years. I think we'll hit the peak in 2, maybe 2.5 at the max years before this solar cycle peaks. But it's going to peak higher than 24, much, much higher than 24, because the numbers are already there. Please do it. Get your license and get licensed up as fast as you can. It'll be the best decision you ever made because you'll be ready as the solar peak hits. I mean, look at how now we're only into the solar cycle 17 months and 10 meters is open during the day. Do you need any more illustration than that? It's already open during the day. So get your license upgraded and get it done quick. You'll do it. There's great online courses. There's wonderful ham clubs out there, and you can do it. You can. Remember, in the UK, they have foundation license questions on the intermediate test. In the US, they have technician license questions on the general. Plus, on the full license, they have foundation and intermediate questions on those tests. And on the extra test, there's technician and general questions on the amateur extra license. You guys can get those passed. You really can. Just try it, please. And if you don't do it, keep trying. It's worth it. It's worth getting everything you deserve because you're already a licensee, and that's a great accomplishment. That is. It's a great accomplishment. Rod Claire, using my ham clock on my Ubuntu showing an MUF map. That's good. That's a good way to do it. Make it work. Mark Kidd, Whiskey Mark 9 Kilo. Hi, Larry. Hello, gang. Mark, first timer as well. Welcome. I don't think we had this many first timers in the history of ever. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Coffee and Ham Radio. I owe you one. That's very nice. Nate Mira says, I have fun. Oh, have fun with the ID52A. Check out the near repeater function using GPS. It's so handy. that, Nate, I'm so excited to do that because I've watched some videos on it. What's kind of cool is with the 52A, and I know a lot of other radios, handhelds, I guess, do this too, where you don't have to look at repeater book. It'll find the repeaters that are close to you. That is so cool. I think that's going to be fun. I'm excited. That's my gift for after back surgery Tuesday. I just hope the thing arrives someday soon. Nathan, welcome. He's a tech in January, general in February, shooting for extra by end of March. That's what I'm talking about right there, Nathan. That's it. That's it. Now, you do me a favor, and I mean this sincerely. Come back and let us know, please, because we're going to celebrate when you license up. We do. We celebrate everybody who's done. It's been over 30 people on this channel now, and we're grateful that you have done so well. Look at that. You can do it. If Nathan can do it, if I can do it, you can do it too. Get your ham radio license and get licensed up now because that solar cycle's coming up quickly. 10 meters is just great. Wow. I mean, it's a good time to do it. Jeff, partial thanks to your show, Larry. I licensed up, got my advance. Jeff, thank you. That's nice. That's nice. Gaming ham, still thinking about going for my intermediate. Do it, mate. Absolutely do it. You get 50 over 10 watts. That's a huge difference. You really do. It's like the radios made today, right? You get to use half the power of a 100-watt radio, and that will work you the world then. That really will. Okay, and 10 watts you can work quite a ways, no question. I'm not disputing QRP. But 50 watts. Oh my gosh, 50 watts can work you 6,000 miles. It's well worth it. It really is. And you can do it. You're a smart guy. I mean, if you're already into gaming, right, you're already a pretty smart dude. That means that you're going to figure out that test fast and you'll get that thing passed. It's not as hard as you think. Don't make it harder than you think. Richie's Ray Room, also the expeditions will work extras first. Yeah, and a lot of guys, they tend to try and fill up their logbooks fast, whether they're on CW or on digital, or they're working voice. So yeah, it's tough. And the thing is, the extra here in the US are on those frequencies. In the UK, it's different. They get frequencies already. It's more about power limit than anything else. And that's great. You guys, I'm so glad to hear you're getting your stuff done. That's good. And Don's Locks, can't stay, gotta sleep, but welcome. That's the first timer too. Wow. Yeah, I think it's a record, 51 watts. Is that 51? 50. Wow, that's great. Thank you guys very, very much. He's booked for the foundation license in 4 weeks. Good luck, Don's Locks. Let me know, Don, if you pass it, okay? Because we want to celebrate. We'll do that on the show, so please let us know about that, okay? Let's check up with your final comments. I'm going to scoot out of here. William in Jacksonville, Ape was hyping up the show today. Was he really? Bless his heart. We're going to have so much fun today. Really are. We really are. He's a great guy. He really is. Folks, I'm going to scoot and get out of here. But before I do want to tell you, the next show we're doing here is going to be a great one. It'll be a lot of fun. We're going to be not one versus the other. It's not going to be like that. But we're going to take the 7610 and the ASU 5000, and we're going to use both radios' DSP functions to the max, and we're going to let you know how they hear. You'll hear both radios side by side, hear them very clearly because you're getting the audio out straight in YouTube. So please join us after we meet with the Smoking Ape here at 20 UTC. The main point of why we come and do these shows, and have done them for so doggone long, is to help you to get into ham radio, as well as encourage you to license up. Contact someone like the American Radio Relay. They get www.arrl.org. Hit the contact us bar. Let them know you'd like to be a ham radio operator, and then they'll go ahead and get you a ham radio club sent to your email close to you so that you get your license. It's pretty simple. www.arrl.org. We're going to end up the show today with a beautiful sign-off from one of my favorite places, and this is a sign. We always end the show with sign-offs. We've always done that. And it's to honor broadcasting because that's part of what we do. So we're going to end today's show with a great, great sign-off that comes from Phoenix, Arizona, believe it or not. This is from KPHO in Phoenix. Until we meet again, my name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. God bless you guys. We've never had 50 people here in the history of the show. You made my day. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Pray for our world, and we'll see you soon.
KPHO TV. Channel 5 in Phoenix, Arizona, now brings to a close another broadcast day from its studios at 4016 North Black Canyon Highway. KPHO TV operates on Channel 5 with an effective radiated power of 100,000 watts video and 10,000 watts audio. KPHO is Arizona's first television station, in operation since 1949, and is owned and operated by the Meredith Corporation. Meredith also owns and operates translator stations K40AD, serving Cottonwood, Clarkdale, and Cornville, K64BI, serving Flagstaff, K59CI, serving Globe, Miami, and K09KV, serving Prescott, Arizona. We invite our viewers to send suggestions or comments concerning our station operation and programming to Program Manager, KPHO TV, Post Office Box 20100, Phoenix, Arizona, 85036.
Oh,